Bell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins Tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
What is happening, Dolphins fans, and welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. Tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to stop. Fiery practice. Not just metaphorically, but actually. Hot. It's so hot. I don't care where you are. If you're in the South, and I know they're hot up in the North too, but in the South, it's like 100 degrees across the board. It's so hot. It's brutal. It's hot outside. It's humid outside. These thunderstorms are friggin' wildin'. I got one brewing to the north of me right now, heading my way. It's just crazy. So, but fiery in temperature and fiery at practice. Little squabble going down with the boys. So we're going to get into that. Got other practice notes for you guys. We're also going to talk about, Minkah Fitzpatrick got paid. We talked about that on a little drive show yesterday with me and Color. And now Minkah gets paid. Now Minkah can talk. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. So we're going to get into that. Also, Dolphins have a scheduled visit by a certain somebody. What does that mean? Is this person going to be coming up on the program? Is he going to be part of the teams? I'll just tell you real quick. It's Noah Fant. We'll get into that too. And what does this mean? What does this mean for Darren Waller? What's going on? We'll touch more on that. Also, big hot topic item that everybody can't talk enough about. Tua Tagovailoa calling out Tyreek Hill. Calling him out, basically saying, use a hoe. We didn't like how you acted at the end of the year. And, people around here don't forget so easily. And what does that mean? We're going to get into that a little bit later. And then also, I don't know, we talked a little bit about this Christian Wilkins stuff, him getting released from the Raiders and stuff like that. And more details have come out about that on the Christian Wilkins front. And it gets stranger. It really does. So all the topics we're going to discuss on today, we got a lot to talk about. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, instantly getting in here, showing some love, subscribing if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Twitter, you're watching on X, you're watching on Kick, you're watching on Telescope or Microscope or Cup on a String, Apple Pod, Spotify 5, wherever you listening. Come over to here. To YouTube, subscribe, hit the membership button, hit some super chats, help support the program, and at the minimum, just hit the like, baby. Subscribe, turn the notification bell on. And let's get into it. I got Color coming up, and I got Ali coming up. What up, boys?
What's happening?
What's up, guys? What's up, chat? Capitan Ali.
What up, Color, El Cap, chat? Make sure you hit the like button. Check out TFTG Network while you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, tftgnetwork.com. Y'all need to make sure you checking that out. If you guys aren't checking out tftgnetwork.com, you're missing out. TFTGnetwork.com. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Meant to play that right after that. Ali, way to keep me in line. Hit the like button, everybody. How you doing, boys?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. As the common theme since Saturday, there's been a shit ton in the news. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man, there's definitely been a lot. I mean, we are in football swing. I'm pretty sure like the Hall of Fame games this Thursday, dude. Like it's football time. Like we're in it. Like it's over. We're on the other side of it. I know it's like a lot going on for those of us that have kids. School's starting soon. You know, summer's coming to an end. All the vacations are at last minute getting done, or, you know, you're just getting back. But now it's in full swing, and here comes the NFL season right on your heels. A long-awaited offseason finally comes to an end. And so now, great. We back, baby. Shout out to everybody in chat. Hit the like button. I see who's in here. Tonk in here early. Look at it. There goes Sean. What's up, Sean? Jamie in here. What's going on? Hit the like button. Yes, pads come on tomorrow, and the boys got a little chippy today. We'll get into that. The Ghost in here. What's up, Ghost? Michael K, of course. Jimmy. What's going on? Ms. Relentless. Hello, Ms. Relentless. And Barrington. What's good, Barrington? Grant lost. Ooh, maybe. What up, John? John, come over here to YouTube, buddy. This is where the fam is. Shout out to Nightmare. Always here with the popcorn. All right. Is this Oneron Alteron? Oneron Alteron? We out here showing life. That's true. That is true.
Well, there's one thing for certain. People don't get physical if they don't care about something.
It's the Fins Tailgate. 4 words. The Fins Tailgate. Can't miss it, buddy. All kinds of good stuff. And if you were a subscriber or a subscriber, you're seeing all of the shorts we've been putting out for today. The fight, some highlights, you know, some other stuff going on. Make sure you guys checking it out. And yes, I did nail it. Of course, I can read. Thank you. Who fighting? Yeah, no, they had a fight. What you mean, Ms. Relentless? What you mean? They fought. That's a fight in my book. Yes.
But you know, yeah.
Color in the building. Scientific.
Yeah. I will say
Color
this
in
about the
building.
fight. Supposedly helmets were taken off, by the way.
What's
Sorry,
that?
Alan.
Pontificate, Ali? What you said?
I said that speaking of fight, with at camp today, supposedly helmets were taken off. It wasn't just like a push and shove match. It was actually like, let's take off some helmets and stand on business. Let's do it.
I mean, they weren't trying to do the Three Stooges thing with the finger poke through the face mask.
There was no it wasn't no patty cake in there. All right, it wasn't no patty cake. There was some comings and goings up in that, and a couple people had to push up on somebody and let them all know real quick before we continue on. Tonk in the building. What up, Tonk?
What's up, Tonk?
Yo, what up?
What's up, man? Just getting it rocking and rolling, getting ready to open the notes.
Yeah. So
shout out to Southside BK99 who just joined.
Just joined.
We get right into it, baby.
But y'all three know how I operate. I don't spend energy or calories on anything I don't give a shit about.
Salute, John.
So even though I may seem mad or whatever, the fact that I'm here right now means that I care. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm backing up Owner on. You know what I mean? These guys wouldn't be spending the energy getting physical with each other if they didn't care about something. So. That's
true. Listen, emotion in all sorts is good unless they're crying, in which case that makes me very uncomfortable. On the football field, emotion's good to have. You know, even a little crying. If you're blubbering like a woman, I mean, it's kind of going to make me feel uncomfortable. No, Nightmare 74, he did not get pile drived. That's not what happened. I know you meant pile drive, not power drive, but I got you, dog. Cat for life was good. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button. John, welcome for the commute. If you hit the notification bell, you'll see us live every time. We going out. We got tons of shows. We're back, baby. We back. All right, so let's get right into it with the notes. Okay. Fight today at the end of practice. Squabble happened. Ryan Hayes, bit of a journeyman around here in these parts, ain't a new face to the Dolphins, but a practice squad rotation guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Newly acquired first-round draft pick Kenneth Grant didn't like this. And Kenneth Grant and him get into it. And from what the video, and make sure after the show, guys, go and click on the homepage and check the links for our shorts, because I've got the video in there. I've got the video on 2 different cameras and 2 different angles watching it happen. You can see, looks like Ryan Hayes got a little bit of, helmets were off. And it kind of looks like Ryan Hayes might have.
Can I ask a question?
Kind of might have.
Can I ask you a question actually about this? Because I've seen one video and it didn't look that big of a deal. You know, it wasn't really like a brawl or anything. But you do know that Kenny G and Ryan Hayes are familiar, right?
Well, do explain, Ali. I have my notes here, but I would love for you to read them instead of me.
Well, I don't have your notes, so I can't read your notes.
That's okay. You've got way more information on me. All I know is
I was just gonna tell you that Ryan Hayes and Kenny G played together at Michigan, so they're familiar. So it makes me wonder: is there beef from there, or is this just because of the heat of the moment, or was it just for show?
Well, a couple of things I would imagine. A, yes, familiarity. Ryan Hayes, like, oh, you think you big tough first rounder now? Welcome to the NFL, little boy. I think that's kind of how you got to play it. I'm the vet. You might be a first rounder, but I don't think you got, shit on me. And in the verse, he's like, bro, you might be the vet, but I'm the first round guaranteed dollars. You might not make this roster. Probably a little bit of that going on in the locker room ahead of time.
Do you know, did they have a falling out since they were roommates?
No.
Or he was
roommates.
Just...
they played on the same team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, in college. They weren't roommates.
Oh, I just heard college. Sorry. I heard college. I was thinking roommates.
Yeah, the implication there would be that what's
over here writing narratives
under Kenny G's skin. You know what I mean?
Punk's over here writing narratives real quick. They were roommates and they fucking had a fall way back when he stole his girlfriend and didn't pay the last
I never gonna write shit like
he
that.
ate his leftovers ramen noodles that one morning, man.
That's what I was exactly where I was going with. He left and skipped out on the rent and took all the ramen noodles and my girlfriend.
See, well, okay. All right. Well, maybe I could say that.
Yeah. So
like my leftovers were clearly marked with my name.
Yeah, but
whoever
what I
ate
was
them.
asking was they didn't have any animosity from when they worked together previously.
I mean, listen, one's on the O line, one's on the D line, and they practiced together and played together before. Probably been crushing each other at the line a little bit for a while now. And maybe the last time when Ryan Hayes,
maybe one went at the other playing around and it turned into a fight.
well, the last time Ryan Hayes would have seen Kenneth Grant, Ryan Hayes would have been, I think, a second-year junior or whatever, and Kenneth Grant was a freshman. So probably little Boyd him last time he's seen him. Maybe there is a little carried across animosity.
I don't know.
I
I hate to jump to the next the ending subject, but maybe he just tried to kiss his forehead. Who knows?
Ooh, and we'll get on that later. The little forehead kissy poo. Shout out to Money and Shake. As John Featherland points out, everybody make sure you're hitting the like button. Little kissy poo on the forehead. Probably took offense to him calling him Kenny G. I mean, listen, we straight up had a video when we drafted Kenny G of Kenny G we took Kenny G Kenneth Grant's face and put it over Kenny G playing Tonight's the Night We'll Be So So anyhow, that video on the backlogs, go check it out. Look at this fucking video on Kick. This Kick, this is all I get is spam and this.
I know.
What the fuck, dude?
I know. It's always the weirdest shit coming off of that app.
Fucking Muhammad Usman, fuck you, bro. Trying to fucking, find out if I'm fucking buying
Where are you
whatever
at?
it is you're selling.
Sri Lanka? Fuck out of here.
I think that's Michael K. Actually, I think he finally figured out. I think Michael K. finally figured out how to use Kick, and that's what he's doing, bro.
Yo, dunking on him with the Sri Lanka. Dude, hitting him with the, what are you, Sri Lankan? Bitch, shut up. That's funny.
Damn.
That's fucking fun.
Michael K. said, nope, it's not me.
Yeah, Michael K's like, no. Where you at, Sri Lanka? God damn.
Oh,
it's
man.
Just weird, bro. It's kind of weird.
What the fuck did he just say? What did he say now? I can't.
It goes,
Hold up.
Allah you the Persian. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
I mean, that's not bad though.
I mean, it's not, but it's
but it's just
Even
kind
though
of.
the person
you might
is
want to tell him.
He
You might want
went.
to tell him, Ali.
Listen. First of all, he went from calling El Cap the homosexual brother.
I mean, he's just.
I'm telling you, this is somebody that's probably in our community that's fucking with us right now.
I just gotta. I don't think so, bro. I think this is just what what it is.
He just.
Anyhow,
what did he just say? He said something else.
he's asking if you're Muslim, and you just
No,
tell me
I'm not.
He's
Thank
some
you.
idiot along the Indian Ocean. I heard about the new EU trade deal with the United States.
I'm Jewish.
Oh shit! Damn, that'll piss him off, Ali. Tell him you're Israeli.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right,
Sorry, I'm not. But
tell him you're an Israeli. Really give him upset.
no.
All right.
All
right.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. Yeah, let's keep it moving. So yeah, there's a little squabble, a little scuffle. We could speculate on how and why it happened. It happened towards the end of practice. Listen, it's a hot day. I don't know about y'all when I was talking to the boys backstage. When it's hot as hell, like it's been out here with the humidity. First off, I get exhausted. Secondly, then I'm just murderous. That's all I can be. Like I'm just on edge, mad as hell. Like it's got to be difficult. But to round it back to the beginning of practice notes, we're gonna get right into that. Mike McDaniel moved up practice. If you guys didn't notice, and I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, man, is practice starting earlier now, ain't it? Like it's starting like a whole hour earlier. Now, is that in reflection of this literal heat advisory we've got going on?
Dude,
I mean,
been ridiculous. Bro.
It could be, but I also think they did it to mitigate the issues with what they call it, the traffic and stuff, because every year there was a crazy traffic jam, and in addition we were taking up the Walmart parking lot. So what they've done now is they actually open the gates for parking way early, right? And I think they just, based on what people wanted, they're starting it an hour early than they usually do. So
Yeah. Is that? I mean, I guess so. I know they installed the fans, which is clutch down there with how hot it's been. But
maybe the local paramedics upcharged them this year or something. They're like, we gotta lower the number of heart attacks.
I mean, look, to me, I got a question. Is this soft? I mean,
no, it's been
starting
hard.
it a little earlier.
Bro. It's been exceptionally hot this year.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely got to be because of the heat, man. It's so hot. It's so hot.
I will tell you, I was there on Saturday, bro, and it didn't matter what time we started. It was really fucking hot.
Well, for all we know, it might be mandated by the league. Is everybody starting early?
What is the time?
That's a good
now?
question. That's a good question.
Going on in the country
no. That's not because I mean, there's other facilities that are just playing indoors, and we could play in the dome, but not at the scheduled practices. I promise you, if they weren't having scheduled fan practices, they'd be playing in the dome. But they're starting early.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's probably a lot of reasons. Just have more time. Like,
no, they're not staying any later. In fact, they're doing the scheduled, what is it, like an hour and 20 minutes that they're out there for the freaking people. That's it. It's not that long, maybe an hour and a half.
I still think it could be the heat because they don't want the people, like the fans, to be subject to that heat for too long either.
Well, I got to be honest. I don't care about what the fans get subjugated to. It's about the team. And if you're having practices to avoid heat, I don't know how that's going to help you in a couple weeks when you're going to be playing at 1 o'clock in South Florida. It's even hotter then. I don't give a damn. How's that going to help you?
Trust me, Mohammed, there's plenty of oxygen getting in my brain. Don't worry.
Yeah. And
I mean,
Mohammed, on YouTube, the community is over 6,000.
What is the difference? What is the time difference that they've been starting now?
They used
a whole hour earlier.
10:30 or something.
Oh, I don't know what the original time.
They're starting early in the morning. Yeah, they're starting at
6?
No, like 9 o'clock in the morning. They're starting like an hour and a half, hour earlier. So now,
I mean, what difference does it honestly make?
Because it put them closing practice at about 11 instead of noon when it's really starting to heat up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. That's a perfect reason.
Well, the other thing is I noticed from camp last year is that right around noon, right around the end of practice is when the thunderstorms want to start firing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got those rolling thunderstorms coming through. They'll come through like the same time every day.
And it's not and the thing of it is at around noon you're not ready for the rain yet, but when the western sky starts blackening up, what happens is you can get like really wicked lightning strikes.
Okay, I like that look because you're right, Color.
It does have
You get those lightning storms right around that time. Maybe if that's actually pretty.
You don't want to be on aluminum bleachers. Yeah, you're on aluminum bleachers. Fuck that.
Well, I know. You're in the middle of a field. You ain't playing no games with some lightning.
I'm like,
right. Well, yes. It goes all ways.
There is one factor we haven't thought of yet. We haven't really said about it. Could this be because of a negotiation that we had with the other teams that we're going to be having joint practices with?
I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it
under practice.
Maybe I'm gonna add this one last caveat, and then we're gonna continue on. This, we got an hour and a half left, and I got a million things. We'll say this. I wonder if it has to do with accountability. We do know how people were not, being here on time in practice. Tyreek Hill, is this an accountability type of thing? Bright and early, 9 to 5 type of situation. I don't know. Maybe.
Speaking of accountability, there was somebody late today too.
Who was that?
Tyreek Hill.
Well, now here's the thing. Tyreek Hill came out of the came out to practice late.
Yes.
After they were done stretching, but does that mean he missed it? He could have been in the back getting some work done.
He could have had some HR paperwork to do.
I understand, but there's all these other people that are not you guys, but I just want to clarify. I just want to clarify because there's other people out in the community calling Tyreek Hill out for being late to practices last year.
True.
But who knows? Who knows why he was late? Did anybody stop to ask why he was late?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So you might be right.
I think the reason he was late is he was too busy donating to women's organizations.
Oh, I don't think that was it. I promise you. I promise you that was not it. I promise you that was not.
Actually,
what constitutes late? If they've got a clock that
they're out there stretching and done stretching, and he trots out there.
What I'm saying is, practice is when you clock in, that organization can direct you to anywhere it wants you to go. So what I'm saying is, was he late in the respect that he punched in his time card 15 minutes late? Or was he late to getting on the field practicing, in which case is not really late?
Maybe he was getting taped up. Who knows?
Again,
you're right.
That's the speculation. Let's keep it pushing.
Right.
Was he late or was he there and not out on the field at the same time for everybody?
If he punched in on time, then he could have been held off the field for any reason that has
nothing
to do with
He could have been getting taped up, Color. You're right.
Color. The fans are saying he's late to practice, and that's the narrative because it was what came out about him last
Because wouldn't they have saw his car pull up?
We can't see his cars.
You're not in the player park. We're not in the players' park.
How do we know he didn't get a phone call from Stephen Ross?
Again, we can speculate, but the fans are writing the narrative that Tyreek Hill was late, and we know about this accountability, and we're going to get back on that.
Maybe he rode a horse. Maybe he rode a horse, and that's why he was late.
Maybe. All right, so more notes from today. The front four, the front seven, murderizing them. Now, they're not in full pads yet, but from what I can see, these edge rushers look dominant today. They're literally killing it all the time. Now, I put a pin in that, right? For two reasons. Number one, they should. We have a lot of we got first round draft picks on. We got 3 first round draft pick edge rushers and 1 first round draft pick fucking D lineman. We have 4 first round draft picks. Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Chop Robinson, Kenny G. That's 4 first rounders. They better be dominant. You're paying out a lot of money and a lot of capital. It better be dominant. Okay, that's 4. That's 4 dudes in the front 4 that you should be getting. And Zach Sealer is a GOAT. So I mean, what are we talking? Yes, they should. They should be very.
Rounder or something?
No, Zach Sealer was an undrafted guy. Or 6th rounder from
I want to say it was a 6th rounder. Yeah.
But okay. Now I also want to put this caveat. O-line's new. O-line has, new people, a lot of turnover, a lot of new faces, things happening. And also, they don't have full pads. We always see this every year at the start of camp. The defense starts out hot because the offense is trying to get the little bit of chemistry. They've got things they're working out, the timing. Defense could just pin their earbacks and try to win their one-on-ones. So let's just wait to see if this offense can catch up to the talent defense possesses. So let's wait before we start going, this defense is elite. Now, granted, the offensive line ain't been very good for years.
Brewer is not even playing in camp yet. It's the backup now.
I know Brewer's been nicked up, but and sadly, if Liam Eichenberg was here, he'd be starting center. But he's also nicked up. We got problems in that unit, and the fact that the D line's been dominant, I don't know. Is it a true test? I think not. Next up, Tua had a lot of plays today. A lot of big plays, but he remains interceptionless in camp, as they say. No interceptions thrown by Tua, but it is camp. But things happen. Balls go flying around. A ball was tipped in practice today that the defense intercepted. So that's not just a pat on the back for Tua, but Mike McDaniel and the receivers he's been playing with. There's a little bit of chemistry here. There's not a lot of turnover in the receiving unit except for the tight ends, which we're going to get into later. But I got to say, some of these big plays, and you can watch in the shorts, check that out. We've got those clips in there, they probably would have been sacks. Honestly, JPP would have, or not JPP, fucking JP would have freaking myrtleized him on one of them. Probably would have broke several ribs on that big 60-yarder. He came in, arm, let him go. But I thought this was the stuff he was talking about working on too. Remember, he was saying, "Oh, I gotta get rid of plays. You can't practice like that because in the game you ain't gonna have that time. You ain't gonna get that throw off in the game." So that is something. I get, you're there, you're putting on a show for the fans, but they need to go look at that film and have honest conversations with themselves about those things. If I'm being real, but ultimately, in all of what I'm seeing in the trench play from the offense, from the defense, we're going to need Tua. We're going to need Tua to do what Tua does best. And that quick timing offense, I mean, that's the facts. We are literally going to need Tua to do what he does best to be successful in this offense. Huh?
You mean
Tan?
Tan?
Well, Tan? Oh, be Tan?
Is that what he does best? Tan?
Tan. What'd you say? Tan or Tam?
Tan, as in a verb.
Tan or
tan.
Tame.
Like what he does on his boat, on his yacht.
Oh, well, I got to be honest. I don't know nothing about this Tam debacle, but we definitely need Tua to do what he is ultimately his specialty. What they say is Tua's specialty is being accurate, quick, precise. You can say, "Oh, Tua
and guardian and guardian helmeted."
Well, that's fine. Whatever it takes. I don't even want him to have time in the pocket to need the guardian helmet. He should be throwing this ball in 2.2, 2.3 seconds every time. And if he's practicing what he's preaching, as soon as he's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, we got to get rid of it. As soon as he even thinks 3, he gotta get rid of that football. I don't care if nobody's open. I don't care. Throw it right to coach on the fucking sidelines. Do not play until this offensive line stops looking like Swiss cheese. Because, listen, and it could get better as time goes on. The run game can get worked out. The offensive line synchronicity can. But week 1, week 2, huh?
Don't we want it to look like Swiss cheese? Wouldn't that be good for the running backs?
Well, I would say no.
Cheese has holes.
Yeah, but we don't want it to be Swiss cheese at any point. Okay, I'm more into I don't know, like a mozzarella. Something that I can. Yeah, I can.
It's monster. We need the monster. We need to be monster on the line.
Monster.
You feel me?
Yeah, maybe some mozzarella.
Well, we definitely have some monsters on the line. Let me tell you.
I guess so. Hit the like button, everybody. I see J Miami Sports in here. Somebody important. B McD, Jermaine, Raph making it in here. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, please, everybody. Look at. Give me some Munster cheese. I personally, I'm a big Swiss cheese fan. But
it's your defensive line that you don't want to be like Swiss cheese.
I don't want any Swiss cheese on my football field.
Your offensive line to be Swiss
dairy
cheese.
Will make you sick if you take dairy in football. No dairy. Okay. Don't be no dairy products on here. You soft. What are you, creamy? You milky? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, I just wanted to point out real quick, Cap, on that Zach Sealer draft thing. It's actually worse. He was drafted in the 7th round.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well,
but check this out. In that draft, he was drafted by the Ravens in the 7th round. We drafted a linebacker in the 7th round at 227th overall, Quentin Poling.
God, I can't even remember that guy. Dude. I don't even. And I'm a guy who's really on everything. That dude must have got cut after rookie minicamp. That must be what happened.
However, we did also draft Jason Sanders 2 spots later.
Well, thank God for small favors. Jason the Sandman Sanders. And listen, at some point this year, they'll be like, oh, we got to get a new kicker. And then
it's kind of an irony that we got 2 guys from the 7th round of that draft playing on our team still right now, and driving good,
El Cap,
football players.
Every time El Cap, every season we get these fans that say, "Oh, we need to get a new kicker. We need to cut Jason Sanders," but he ends up being the guy that puts whatever team to bed, and then they praise him for it like he's the best thing since sliced bread.
He's still statistically the best kicker we've in our history still. So
yes,
you can say whatever they want.
Listen, you can try to listen. If it's like 52 or less, he's 100%. If it's like 53 and above, he's like 79, like 80%.
There's only one
depending on conditions.
There's only one stat that where he's not either number 1, where the guy next in number 2 is like way behind. There's only one stat, and that's number of points, total points, and I think that's still held by Olindo Mare.
Yeah, well, because Olindo just.
But even
remember how many games?
Even when you look at accuracy plus 50 yards, he's still number 1 in our history.
That's crazy. But if you look at Olindo, there was games we were asking him to kick 6 times a game back in those days, dude. It was.
Well, that's why he's the scoring leader. You know what I mean? He's
damn.
got the total points.
Look, Jason Sanders, the only one shows up in cold weather. That ain't no lie. Say something. Yeah. Buddy don't care how cold it is. He's still kicking freaking stones.
Yep. Sand.
Another unit that I'm really concerned about still, and I know we've added some guys in the DB room, but I'm worried about corner, dude. Cater's nicked up. Storm Duck nicked up. The UCF kid, BJ Adams. Holla. Hell yeah, I like that. He's a UDFA, but he's nicked up. I know we got some guys that we just brought in, the Jack Jones dude, and what's his name? Hall, I think Hall from Cincy.
Mike Hilton. Mike
Hilton. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that listen, thank God, because we need him.
Dude is
thank God, because we definitely need him. Another quick note from practice too is Quinn Ewers. Stacking up good days, stacking up some talent. Coaches, getting from what I heard across all of correlations is that he's getting affirmation from the coaching staff, from the team, that he's a guy that doesn't make the same mistakes. He plays, with a command, and looks like he's potentially a steal in the 7th round this year for the Dolphins. So my question to you guys is this: is Quinn Ewers a threat to Zach Wilson?
No.
You
know why?
Please tell me why.
Because of the very nature of the question you asked.
Because I measured him to this
exactly.
Guy.
If you even have to ask whether he is good, it can beat out the number 2, then you might as well not even ask.
Well, again, this is a 7th round flyer. Zach Wilson was a 1st rounder, been a starter in this league.
I mean,
varying results, has a pedigree, but I also got to think this too. Something else I think that is working against Ewers, because I kind of agree with you guys. You got to remember, and people forget this.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson, when the free agency started, he was one of the first guys they signed, and they were proud. They hit the podium to talk about that when they said, this is our hand-picked guy. It was when we said we're not going to let what happened in 2024 happen to us again, because if Tua goes down, we need someone to take meaningful snaps and run this offense to remain competitive. And their answer was Zach Wilson, and it has been overwhelming, their answer.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what they did in the draft. They added Ewers. Mm-hmm. Now, when I say can he overtake him, I think he's got to overcome not just his play, not just his draft status, I think he's got to overcome the politics of what's going on to the kid too.
That was going to be my next comment, was that it's the same situation again. If he's better than Zach Wilson, he's better than Tua. And the fact of it is,
you know what? That's an incredible way to look at it. If he's able to,
I like it. I like the fact that he's stacking good days, like you're saying. That's cool. Okay. But is his personality the type to take those good days and say, now I'm going to challenge the number one? Or am I the type of personality like Skylar Thompson that just accepts my role behind the preordained prince of this team?
Yeah, and that's the issue. That the reason I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think that listen, anything can happen. He definitely has a shot. I just don't think he's going to take the shot to take Zach Wilson's place. And the reason I say that is because I've said this pre-draft, and my assessment is that Quinn Ewers is not a dog. He's not that. He doesn't have that dog cerebral mentality that he's just going to knife you and not care about it.
Saying he's a little soft. He ain't got that killer in him.
Go watch the guy how he talks. The big shtick on him was the fact that he couldn't play against the big dogs like Georgia or the top more elite defenses, right?
Isn't there two types of alphas now in like psychology? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Like
there's
secondary alpha. You know?
Yeah, there's.
I think I'm going to tell you straight up. I think he's a secondary beta.
Well, again, Ali, but it's hard to say that about any football player in the National Football League. They're all alphas compared to if they were in our circles, dude.
Okay, I get you. Compared to us, yes, they're an alpha. I get it. But my point,
just walking in our circles, they would be the alpha.
Speak for yourself, boys.
I'm not saying they are alphas compared to us. I'm saying that
I'm an alpha dog. Fuck all that bullshit.
Everybody else would recognize them as the alpha first.
I'm that second above tier alpha. I don't know what that is. I know what you're talking about.
Anybody an alpha, dude? In our world.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Look, my point is that when you look at other players that are out there, right? You look at, for example, Burrow or Josh Allen and any of the starting quarterbacks, even Baker Mayfield. Let's use Baker Mayfield as an example, right? When that guy comes in, that he doesn't mind getting dirty. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He doesn't mind getting in the thick of things. He'll even call you out or whatever, right? He doesn't care. He has I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm the guy. Let's go, right? This guy doesn't have any type of that in any bone of his body, right? He's he has all the athleticism and talent, right? He can make the big throws. He just can't do it when he absolutely needs to. He doesn't take the shot when he has it. That's my point.
Ali, okay. And I think you've made it extremely clear. The guy is a pussy. That's what you've said. That's all I think so. I've heard
that's my opinion.
That's what you said. You said
this guy is a pussy. It's my opinion. Yep.
That's what you said.
That is the TFTG vernacular.
I'm just listen. That's exactly what he said. I'm listening to Ali's talking in the biggest way about it. I'm like, Ali's calling this fucking guy a pussy. That's what he.
That's all I'm hearing. Right.
That's all I'm hearing.
Until he proves me wrong, that's how I feel about it. Until he proves me wrong.
TFTG AI model. He's like,
yeah. And you know what?
If you at Gronk El Capitan on this, I would say Ali's saying this guy's a pussy. That's what
yeah. And you know what's even worse? They've already put the Skylar Thompson moniker on him, bro, because they're trying to say this guy was like the greatest rated college QB in certain metrics and stuff. And guess what? Who was the greatest rated QB in preseason his rookie year? Oh, Skylar Thompson? Yeah, I'm not falling for that trap again, bro. If this guy wants to prove me wrong, prove it in the games. Prove it on the field, and then come talk to me again, and then maybe I'll just change my mind. But until then,
I guess we're gonna wait to see what he looks like in. Well, if I gotta say this, if he's exactly what Ali's saying, I want him up out of here, dog. I don't want him around here because I'll tell you what, I don't think Zach Wilson's the soft thing you're talking about there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Zach Wilson's an alpha by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but in his mind,
he's certainly not that.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but Zach Wilson is the type that you can walk right up to him and say, "You have no chance of overtaking Tua on this team." He will sign the contract and be like, "Guess what? I bet I do."
Got you. And Quinn Ewers just like, man, thanks for having me here, guys.
Thank you for drafting me and allowing.
Thanks for having me here, guys.
Potential that Skylar Thompson did.
Appreciate y'all. Can't wait to get in the books. He's not scheming in his head to get on the field and be the guy. He's just happy to be.
You and I might know that Zach Wilson could never accomplish whatever. We might know.
But psychologically, at least he believes that about himself.
Contract saying, "I don't give a fuck what they told me. I'm taking."
Hey, I'm getting a message, and I just want to call this person out real quick. I'm not going to drop names, but a person just messaged me and says that have I seen him in high school and before he went to Texas? Yes, I have, and I have said verbatim that when he was in high school and when he went to Ohio State originally, he was a dog. The guy had the grit. His first year at Texas, he had the grit. Something happened between then and now, and the guy's soft. He's soft mentally.
Real quick,
I don't think he has the cerebral assassin. That's my.
I'll say this: you gotta love Ali, a diehard Ohio fan to the end. When he was with Ohio, he had a dog in him. But when he went to Texas, he had a little bit of that
I even
dog.
said the first season at Texas.
A little bit, but that
even
Texas
said
living, that must be something to the barbecue. I don't know.
I even said the first
they only got two things in
fine.
Texas: steers and queers, and I didn't see no horns on them. We know what he is, and that's what Ali's pretty much saying right now, which is fucking wild. Which is wild. All right, so
is Christian Wilkins from Texas? I'm just curious.
I think so.
I don't know. You might want to look into that. Color, can we get or Ali? Go ahead and see if we can find an exact Christian Wilkins birth. Go ahead, Color.
So I was just going to back up Ali a little bit with that and say that his draft analysis on most of the pages was literally.
And they said that
fallen off since high school. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That was all of his draft analysis on top of it. You're right. Thank you, Color. Thank you.
Yeah. Brandon the bookie, my brother-in-law. Anytime college, I got questions on a player that I'm looking into. I asked him about yours, and he said the exact same thing. So I'm just, it is what it is. But he seems to be doing his job thus far in Miami. We'll see where it continues. Hit the like button, everybody. We're approaching the 1 hour mark. Still got tons of stuff. We've only gone through subject 1, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I gotta say the last 2 are really gonna eat up some time. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button.
You invited me to the show earlier, man. That was when.
Speaking of which, it's
Color's like, listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this is going on. And he's gonna give it some weird purview of some history reference, and I'm like, all right, he's right, but that took too long. He's right, and I see where he's going with it, but I've only got 8 minutes on that. Go ahead, Ali.
Oh, I was just going to say Christian Wilkins is not from Texas. He's from Massachusetts.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, even worse. Even worse.
Gross, dude. Nasty. Minkah paid. Now Minkah talks. Imagine that, boys. Everybody's like, ooh, when's Minkah getting to the podium? When's he gonna talk? Ooh, he's not talking because he wants his money. He wants his contract done first. Oh, look, now he gets paid. He gets talk. So was everybody right? Because kind of right. He's not gonna talk on the podium until he gets his contract paid. Now, whether or not he was being boo-hooing about it, it's still the fact he ain't got on the podium. You traded for the guy. Not only did you trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick, but he's a guy you traded away that you drafted in the first round. Like something I can't. When's the last time an NFL team took their first round draft pick, traded him away, and then traded back for him? Has this happened anytime recently?
Yes, I think it has, but let me.
I know it's had, but
it's called my favorite. It's called NFL ways to blow money.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, listen, he's a good player, and I'm happy to have him here. But
well, it wasn't a first round guy, but I think they did, Chiefs did that with Mecole Hardman.
Well, yes, we know this happens all the time.
He wasn't like a first round.
I said
guy.
a first round draft pick, which is usually a big deal. Okay. You got rid of him via trade. And while there's still a player, not on some sweetheart honeymoon, oh, he's back in here, pat him on the back. I remember you from last decade. No, he's still a prime athlete player. And you trade, I mean, assets for him, call what you want, but like, you know, this is a blockbuster trade without those facts. I want to hear this. We ain't talking nothing about that. We ain't even talking to this man. Oh, is it because of a money dispute? No. It's not. It's not a money dispute. Nope, that's not it. He's grinding. He's chopping wood in the dark. He's, you know, growing mushrooms in the dark. I don't know, whatever the hell Mike McDaniel's saying about players. But then he gets paid. And the next practice is, hey, he's at the mic. And here he is at the mic. Here's what he had to say today.
Address the media or posting on social media. One, I'm not a big social media guy. You're gonna see me on there, period, point blank. Two, in no way, shape, or form is that an expression of frustration about coming back to Miami. Three, I want to thank the city of Pittsburgh, the fans of Pittsburgh. You guys treated me very well. I enjoyed my time there. We had played with some great teammates. It was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of the business, and I'm extremely excited to be a Miami Dolphin. Again, my silence was not a reflection of how I felt about this team and this organization. I've been here in the building for about a week now, and I'm extremely excited about this season. We have a very, very high ceiling. We have a lot of young, hungry, passionate guys, combined with a lot of guys who play a lot of games and have a lot of accolades. So it's an organization that I'm extremely proud to be a part of. And again, my silence was nothing to do with my feelings towards the Dolphins organization.
Well, I mean, this is what you get when you don't speak to the team that acquired you for over a week. You've got to literally have loaded up. First off, number one, my silence had nothing to do with this. It's not because of the trade. I love you, Pittsburgh. Bye, Pittsburgh. I mean, I guess he pretty much answered all those questions we were just having. I mean, let's start it over again because it was a mouthful.
Didn't see himself as he didn't see himself as a Dolphin and everything for sure until he got the contract rework, which tells you that was likely part of the deal to begin with. That, hey, yeah, you can trade for me, but you know,
I think he addresses it later in this presser. Go ahead.
Oh, but by the way, real quick, did anybody else think he started to look a lot like Mike Epps as he gets older?
Mike Epps? No,
not at all.
I think he looks like he could be like cousins with Mike Evans, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see he being Mike Evans' cousin or something. He does have like a cousin look of Mike Evans.
Imagine him trying to tell a joke.
Mike Epps, the jokes? No, not even close, Color. He ain't even close. Here, look, listen to take one. I've restarted it.
Address the media or posting on social media.
Look at, come on, man. Look at.
I don't address Color. Go look up Mike Epps, then come back to me.
Well, now maybe I'm talking about in his earlier days.
Look at Mike Epps, then tell me. Number one, I'm not on social media. Don't do social media like that. Which I mean, listen, he's not. I mean, Ramsey's way more on social media than that, and I would say Tyreek Hill is 12,000 times more than Ramsey.
You're thinking of his brother Omar Epps. I'm talking about the
Color.
comedian Mike Epps.
I know who Mike Epps, the comedian, is from Friday. I know who it is. Look it up.
I'm not a big social media guy. You're gonna see me on there, period, point blank.
Period, point blank. Not a social media guy. You ain't gonna get some engagement from Mike Epps' twin on this. So number two, what?
In no way, shape, or form was that an expression of frustration about coming back to Miami.
No way, shape, or form was it a frustration about having to come back to Miami, who shipped me up out of here last time, nor is it a frustration the fact that it was about monies and things like that.
Three.
Three.
Thank you. The city of Pittsburgh,
Thank you, Pittsburgh.
That's treated me very well. I enjoyed my time there. I played with some great teammates. I was very unfortunate the way things ended.
Very unfortunate the way things ended. That's where I wanted to stop it. What the hell does that mean? How can something be really great and being what you want, but also be unfortunate?
Huh.
I'm just asking. Is it unfortunate the way things ended, or is this what you just said it was, that you're not frustrated? You're not double entendre? Not frustrated with coming to Miami? What's going on? Am I missing something?
Well, not if you apply what I mentioned last night about him never wanting to actually leave.
I mean, yeah, I gotta imagine. I mean, let's just go back to share a little bit. A little bit.
I was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of the business. And some great teammates. And then I played with some great teammates.
That means HR got
I
involved.
was very unfortunate the way things ended. I enjoyed my time there. I played with some great teammates. I was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of.
How did things end?
Well, the last season he had the last 2 seasons he had an injury, and his production kind of dropped a bit. So that's why he was not very happy with that. In addition, they were a playoff team. They just they couldn't get it done. That's kind of, I'd understand.
Okay. All right. So you think he's talking about the unfortunate things that happened, A, with him and his health and his play, and B, with the team
not making the Super Bowl, because they made a playoff run.
Let's hear what he says. Does he mention something like that?
Business, and I'm extremely excited to be. I was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of the business, and
he didn't say anything about the game. He said it's a part of the business, Ali. So I think you're wrong. I think he said it's unfortunate.
Okay, that last part I didn't hear, so my bad.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, it was good. It was a good question by you. This is why we do this. You can hear this, you could play it, you could just write it down. But if you really listen and actually go, well, wait a second, and kind of listen back, everything always comes out, even in where he's literally number 1, number 2, number 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like if I were to translate, Cap, it sounds like he's saying, I had more expectations out of our season last year than the Steelers did. I voiced that after we collapsed and lost. And they didn't like it very much. And
let me ask you this. Could it also be the fact that he didn't ask the Steelers for a trade, but they wanted to shop him, and that's what he's talking about? It's part of the business.
I mean, yeah, I gotta imagine that what he said is, I play with great people. It's unfortunate what happens in the business because I didn't want to come here and didn't want to be traded. I wanted to stay in Pittsburgh, loved Pittsburgh. That's kind of what it says to me. And shout out to Night Wolf in here. Liz, I didn't see you earlier. What is OG Jets fan 85? Good year to be born.
I think everything he's saying could apply to leaving Miami too.
And he's claiming the Jets. Good for you, OG Jets fan. Way to stand on business on a team that's probably going to be dog shit. But hey, we'll be here for you, dog. Cap. I'm just saying, right? Let's listen a little bit.
Part of the business, and I'm players some great teammates. I was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of the business, and I'm extremely excited to be a Miami Dolphin.
Ooh, now listen. I love to play, psychologist, detective, everything. But is this Freud would be destroying this entire thing right here? Because listen to the truth, and then listen to what he says, and watch the body language when he first answers this, and then listen to what he says when he starts talking about Dolphins. Just real quick.
You guys treated me very well. I enjoyed my time there. I played with some great teammates. it was very unfortunate the way things ended. It's a part of the business.
There's the truth. Then watch when he's going to watch this.
And I'm extremely excited.
He literally stuttered. Literally stuttered.
And I'm extremely excited to be a Miami Dolphin. Again, my silence was not a reflection of how I felt about this team and this organization. I've been here in the building for about a week now, and I'm extremely excited about this season. I think we have a very, very high ceiling. We have a lot of young, hungry, passionate guys, combined with a lot of guys who play a lot of games and have a lot of accolades. So it's an organization that
another stutter.
Organization that accolades. So it's an organization that I'm extremely proud to be a part of. And again,
both times when he talked about being happy and proud here, he stuttered. Now, again, listen, I know I'm a little crazy, but this is the things I do. These are the tells I look for. I would look for it in a fucking card game. I'd look for it in a bet. I'd look for it in any which way to find the angles, because if you're not looking for the angles, you're going to get played. Now, yes, I think it's painfully obvious that somebody feels a little certain kind of way about what happened. And yes, he's going to make the best of being in Miami and has some, people here and could be cool, but it's not like he knows all these people here. Him and Tua don't have this relationship. Him and Waddle don't have this relationship. It's not like he's coming in here and he's one of the fella. Like, this is a little bit unsettling for this guy.
Good.
And I know he's saying the right things. I know that he's saying the right things, Minkah. I'm not trying to think that he's being facetious. I'm not saying he's being a liar, but I'm saying from what I could see, here's a guy that's saying the right things because that's the way he's supposed to do it. And he probably believes in some which ways, I'm going to make the best of this. I got a little bit more money, but if he was being completely candid and out and open, he would say, got to be honest, pretty hurt, didn't see it coming, blindsided by it, thought I was going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler this year. That's the business. I'm going to be here on the Dolphins. He's only been here a week. For him to say it's a great organization, I love it. That would be different if he just got a free agent money. That's not what happened to him. He was on the team. He was the free agent and wanting to play well for and liking. And now he's back on the Dolphins, which is an odd situation. The team that got rid of him, and really the last time he was here wasn't a great experience for the young man for a myriad of different reasons that we're not going to get into, but some with another player on this team. So I got to imagine that there is some kind of reservations emotionally for Minkah Fitzpatrick, but he's a good player. And if he can hit the ground running and this team, welcomes him in and he starts playing well, we'll see a little bit more. I don't want to say honest because I don't think he's being dishonest, but we'll see a little bit more of whatever his true feelings are around here.
What we're also going to see is we're going to see pure Minkah on the field, and that's what we want to see. I kind of like it. I kind of like all this tension.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Let's finish it up quickly because we're
his only way out of all that is to break the tension by playing hard.
Well, and let's hope that these guys accept him and make him feel at home, because I see a guy who is a good dude, good football player, a class act on and off the field. Yeah. Yes, we can talk about his career and how great he's been to how not so great he's been. But I think he still possesses a lot of talent. I think he's got a lot to live and give in the game. And I think also that if they can get him up to speed as far as not just in the books, because I don't think that's going to be the problem. I think it's going to be more in the head and making him feel a part of this team. That's kind of what I think is really the work that Coach McDaniel kind of specializes at. Honestly, this might be a real good thing.
Yeah. So I was thinking of that kind of thing too. But what you said about the team, accept him and all that. Well, how do you get that to happen?
Well, I mean, listen, you be successful and win.
You give 110%.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you? And if you don't want to be here, how do you get out of here? You play yourself out. I like
Raphael, hit the like button. I know I can see you don't like the the take that Ali had on yours, but it is what it is. Nene, hello, salute to you. Thank you for making it. Make sure everybody's hitting the like button as we continue on. We're gonna.
I don't know how you don't think that looks like Mike Epps, dude.
I don't know. Listen in.
I just looked at I just looked at Mike Epps. He definitely does not. If you're going to take an NFL player that looks like Mike Epps, check out Chris Olave. He looks more like Mike Epps.
Well, the irony is Mike Tomlin kind of looks like Omar Epps. If you ask me, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, man.
Okay, that I can agree with, but the other I do not.
All right, let's listen to the remainder.
Nothing to do with my feelings towards the Dolphins organization.
See, it's just the body language I'm picking up, man. To be honest with you, like, you know, the fidgetiness with the drink.
To be a part of, and again, my silence was nothing to do with
and that's okay, man.
The Dolphins organization. With that being said, I'm not going to take any questions about how the transaction went down. I'm not going to take any questions about Pittsburgh or previous coaches or anything like that. I would like to respectfully talk about this current situation, this team, my players, my coaches. I would appreciate if you would all respect those wishes.
Well, I gotta say, what a freaking charmer there at the end. I like that. You know, listen, whether you want to whatever, I gotta be honest, saying, listen, respectfully, that's a person that knows themselves. And I think a lot of what I just said is why he said something like that. Respectfully, I don't want to be pulled about this. I don't want to talk about the money. I want to talk about the contract. I don't want to talk about what I had to say. Hey, listen, it takes me to a little bit more money to make me feel a little bit better about what happened to me. And I want to talk about that. And I don't want to talk about how I feel about Pittsburgh and what they did to me and where it's at. He wants to move on. He wants to talk about the Dolphins. And I think that was a very mature way to handle it. Because
he's got a real pleading posture, like with his body language and his hands. And
I think he's like, listen, guys, please, for the love of fuck, do not do this to me. Okay. Yeah. And I picked up on it right away.
You to believe in him with his body language.
That's true. He's essentially what I see is a guy saying, listen, I'm turning the page and I'm getting on this year. And that's it, you know.
And I just want to point out, Nene, man, I cannot think of anybody that I know in all of Dolphins community that would bring up a reference to El DeBarge before Nene. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
I see the El DeBarge.
Babies know who El DeBarge is, Nene. Don't worry.
I gotta El DeBarge. I don't know. I gotta imagine I do.
He does look exactly like El DeBarge.
I look like El DeBarge.
The same guy. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there's the guy that played in Breaking. That dude, that's who he looks like, man.
Hit the like button, everybody, for El DeBarge.
Put a little Panama hat on him, bro. He looked just like him, man.
Put a little Panama hat on him. Color, send me the picture of that, and I'll have.
Isn't El DeBarge a musician, or am I wrong?
Yeah, he's a singer.
Okay, all right. It is the same person I'm thinking of. Okay, I know who you're talking about. What I was gonna say, in regards to Minkah Fitzpatrick, I know, we're saying, hey, I got my money and I don't want to talk about it. It's none of your business, kind of thing. I get that, but how I'm looking at it, if I'm a player, when it comes to the situation that he's in, they're a team that are having financial problems. I want to help, but I want to also know that they're committed to keeping me around. I don't think he wants to be like, oh, I'm going to be here and then I'm going to be gone. You know what I mean? I think he wants to be here for the long haul. And a $2 million raise, to be honest, and clearing cap space, it's not a bad deal, to be honest.
Well, I think the door's left open for both directions. One, Dolphins can move off of him and he can go to another team and still make a good rate and maybe go to where he wants to go. Or two, he can stay around with the Dolphins and choose to, and there's money with some room to negotiate as well. They really kind of have this. It's a real open door back and forth policy, and I think that Minkah Fitzpatrick is got. I think Chris Greer really likes the guy. I think we all know that about Chris Greer.
I mean, Chris Greer from the
Okay,
get-go
we're gonna
when we
let the
drafted
audience
him
decide. That's the dude
argued.
from breaking.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see it. I do.
I know who
see
you're
it.
talking about. I knew who you're talking about.
That looks like, I got to be honest, El DeBarge looks like he could lock somebody
I
down in
don't
the
know if
secondary
that's
right
El
now.
DeBarge, but that's what El DeBarge looks like. This guy too. That's the guy from Breaking. This is the crew from Breaking. See Turbo on the left.
Yeah.
All right. So
But I wanted to say real quick, just last take on this, and then we can move on. I'm sorry. In regards to him, when it came to Chris Greer, remember when he got drafted, Chris Greer and I want to say it was our former coach Adam Gase, they were arguing with our owner about him and taking Lamar Jackson, if I remember correctly. They were arguing over it because the owner wanted Lamar, and they were like, "No, you need this guy. He's going to be the best safety and everything." If you guys remember, so there's definitely that trust and as I want to say, our GM definitely likes him for sure. Go ahead.
All right. Next up, coming up. What happened here? Why is it doing that? All right. So next up on this, Noah Fant scheduled visit. So for all y'all that don't know, per Jordan Schultz on X today, sources, Dolphins are hosting free agent tight end Noah Fant on a visit today. Fant's third visit, having already visited the Bengals and the Saints as he continues to draw significant interest. Miami recently traded Jonnu Smith to Pittsburgh, as we all know. Noah Fant being brought in here. Now, here's the thing. I like it. I think Noah Fant would be a great addition on this team. But what does that mean about Darren Waller? Now, we know that they put him on the PUP list, and the narrative they gave us is, hey, it's a protocol off a guy off of a year retirement. It's protocol. Just I got a question. Is it protocol to get guys that have been retired for a year to play football? That's what I want to know. A guy that walks away and what?
Good one.
Is that the protocol? Is what's going on here? Because I feel like we've got our blocking tight end kind of sealed up in a little bit, but pass catching tight end, that's the dimension we lost with the Pittsburgh trade from Jonnu.
Well, I want to say that Noah Fant is
had an 84% catch rate.
Aren't we? Isn't that what we're supposed to be getting from Darren Waller? How far back is Darren Waller?
Well, Darren Waller's 2 years removed out of the NFL. He has to get in shape. He has to, there's a lot that probably goes into that, For the other part of it,
second question, Ali, is why is it normally protocol to pick up a guy that removed from football?
Yeah, is that the protocol?
I think the idea is they want to have multiple guys that do similar things. So Noah Fant, on the other hand, I don't think he's the most athletic pass catching tight end, to be honest, in my opinion. I will tell you, when I was there on Saturday, the tight ends did not look good at all.
Today Tanner Connor caught a touchdown.
Yeah, well,
we know Julian Hill is he's a premature jumper baller offer. I mean, he's constantly jumping off sides, this friggin' guy. And we know that, outside of that rookie year where it looked like they were just force feeding him the ball at times, that had some catches. But since then, the guy jump off sides. He can't catch the ball. I mean, he's penalties. I mean, if you're asking Julian Hill to go out there and he's going to continue to do what you do, not only is he not giving you the production you used to have at tight end with Jonnu Smith, but he's also killing your offense with penalties. Like, what are we talking about? We can ill afford penalties right now. We ain't got we ain't got the time in the pocket with this offensive line to ask Tua to sit there and try to open it up downfield. We ain't got it.
And I kind of actually agree with Carly here. Like, the guy is one of those guys that'll have a good week.
Hey, what's going on?
You'll put him on your roster, and he'll have a week like that again.
you got to hit the notification bell and like the channel and subscribe.
Are you talking about Darren Waller or
I'm gonna try to make sure I subscribe.
Oh, okay. But Noah Fant
is who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, I don't think he's one of those guys that it's going to be like, oh my God, we spent all this money on Waller, and then you had to spend all this money on Noah Fant. Here's the reality for me. I think Noah Fant is. I think if you have a room where you have Noah Fant, Waller, and let's say Julian Hill, I think that's a pretty darn good tight end room, to be honest. If you ask me,
are you kidding me?
I think so.
Darren Waller ain't even practicing on the pup, coming off dusting
No,
off the
but
old
let's say he comes off the pup though.
Seattle, I'd rather have a Will Disley.
I'm talking about on paper. If let's say he comes off the pup, which you can come off the pup at any point, so he could come off the pup tomorrow and be practicing no problem. For all we know,
I get that, but I'm just saying, doesn't look that good to say it's going to be a good tight end room.
Based on the fact that you understand he's a pup room, but look at the potential though. If you get a halfway decent Waller and Noah Fant and Julian Hill, what's the big deal?
I just got to say, from Jonnu Smith, you could gather all these tight ends up together, and they don't equal one Jonnu Smith.
Who also wanted $14 million.
I get it, but let's not act like we can say it's a good. I would say it is a lack minus friggin' Alec Ingold. This tight end unit is terrible.
I got you, but Darren Waller, give him some time because he's got it for the first time in his career. He's got to get used to the ocean being on the east side.
Oh my God, that's not true, Color. He was just playing with the Giants.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah.
How far away is New York from that Giant stadium from the ocean, bro?
It's literally close as shit.
Like there's no
New Jersey
in that part of New York, dude.
Look, when you're an athlete, right, and you're doing.
So he was with Oakland. The beach was
Color
to the
is
west.
dying on the beach hill right now, bro. Just let it go.
Wait. Then he was with New Orleans. But then he was with New Orleans, right? Didn't he play with New Orleans for a minute?
No,
you're thinking of Jimmy Graham. You're thinking of Jimmy Graham. Listen.
See, that's how forgettable the guy's been. Because Color, you're thinking he's
thinking of his quarterback that played for New Orleans.
That's right. He played for the Raiders.
Let's be real about it for a second, okay? When you're an athlete and you've trained every day, for your entire life, right? Practicing consistently, right? Your body is in a certain form. Yeah. When you take a break for 2 years from practicing, working out, and keeping in shape in a certain fashion, your body changes. So what he needs to do, he needs to condition, get his body right, and then we can see what we really have with Waller. And we didn't sign Waller for big, crazy money in the first place, right? So we have guys here. We need to see what Conyers can do. We need to see what's his name, Farrow, who, to be honest, none of these guys were catching balls on Saturday. I'm just going to point that out. So we got to see what these guys got to do. And if we bring in Noah Fant, if we can bring him in on the cheap, I would rather have Noah Fant, Waller, maybe a Julian Hill, right? And maybe a fourth tight end. That maybe we keep 4 tight ends this year. Who knows?
God, I hope we don't. I hope
I know you. I hope we don't.
With as much DB help, hold on. With as much DB freaking problems we got and O-line problems we got, if I'm forced to keep 4 tight end because I got a Darren Waller, a Noah Fant, and a Julian Hill, and a fucking insert Harry Dick Balls fuckhead in there, that's gonna piss me off because I got real problems, but I'm forced to address on a 53-man roster at tight end. That's gonna suck, and that's kind of my take on it.
I hear you, but we actually did keep. I think it was last year or the year before. We did keep 4 tight ends.
I know, and I am sick of it on a 53-man roster when the real problems aren't that. And I think we had 4 tight ends, including Alec Ingold last year. We should have only taken 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We should have taken Alec Ingold and Jonnu Smith and put the rest in O-line and then worried about getting other guys later is what we should have did.
So I just wanted to say it real quick. I got you, Nene. It's
who's calling Julian Hill to grab him off our
Nobody.
practice squad?
Nobody.
Who's calling Tanner Connor? Nobody. Who's calling Noah Fant? Well,
by the way,
I'll
hey,
say
We need
this
a
shit
youth
out of here.
movement, Cap.
when you do
We
a-
need
when
a
you
youth
do a phone
movement, Cap.
hand signal, you should have a phone pop up on your screen like the like button.
Let me ask you this: do you
What?
think they?
When you put up your hand like a shaped like a phone, and you're like, "Who's calling Julian Hill?" It should pull up a little phone.
No,
by
it's
your
not.
ear. No, I said it should,
Yeah, it should.
like the like button.
El
Yeah.
Cap, and another thing to think
like
about,
that. Yeah, see,
and another thing to think about, right? Everyone's asking who the third receiver is going to be. Well, I'll tell you what, Westbrook Achini hasn't really popped up. At least he didn't pop for me on Saturday at all. Right? I've heard hardly anything about him.
Ali, he's on vacation. You didn't know that?
Oh, I didn't know he was on vacation. I
so
didn't know
many
this.
days left in
I
camp.
can tell you, I did see him,
Yes.
but he got his ass covered by a linebacker that I couldn't see who was covering him, but they covered him perfectly. And then on top of it, the only other person that that has kind of popped a little bit receiver wise is Eskridge, right? So it's been all Tyreek and Waddle for the most part in the receiving core that's really stepped up. So
got
at that point, maybe
You
you're going to use
typecast your offense like that,
maybe-
especially when you're going to need when you're going to need timing so badly.
Yeah,
When-
That's the
gotta get
thing.
past
You
my-
got
Thursday at camp.
2.2 seconds with this.
my point is in that scenario where you're keeping 3 or 4 tight ends is the fact that you could use Waller as that glorified possible number 3 or number 4 wide receiver is my point. That's my point of that.
Yeah, in a perfect world, you would love that. But Waller ain't even practicing. And Waller has done so little that they're looking at Noah Fant. That's my
Right,
problem, Ali.
right.
Waller has done so little that we're calling up Noah Fant. That's
Who's
not
Noah
a good
Fant's
sign.
agent? Who's
It
Noah
doesn't
Fant's
matter.
agent?
It doesn't really matter. I don't know who is. Well, I mean, again, Bengals, Saints.
Man, who
Now
did
the
call no
Dolphins are
offense?
the Dolphins are willing to have this guy that's on a tour of they're looking to add somebody. If they sign Noah Fant, they're putting him on the roster. That's not a good signal that Waller has been a decent investment up to this point. Whether he plays ever or not, it's been not good.
I asked who his agent was because there's been players galore around here that use the Miami Dolphins as a bouncing board, as in trying to gain traction. Right? It's just a ploy, and maybe they have some agreement with that agent to kind of get the maybe they're trying to drive his price up or something.
But just like Raul Douglas, that visited with the Dolphins and a couple other teams, we know we need CB help. No one's batting an eye at that. I'm not gonna not bat an eye at this when I just got Waller in here and now we need more tight end help. That tells me the tight end room's lacking, just like the CB room. And are they gonna address the tight end room like that? No. Go address the O-line and CB room before you even get a Noah Fant. And if you are, get rid of Darren Waller. If that's where we're already at with this nonsense.
I don't think we need to address the CB room anymore.
And before you address all that, we got to address Nene's $2 donation. Thank you, Nene. Best channel in Miami Dolphins community. We appreciate the sentiment there and the donation.
Thank you, Nene. I appreciate it.
I just wanted to say from earlier, real quick, to conclude, because I left Nene hanging. I knew they had a beach in New York. I just thought they called it Manhattan.
Gross. All right, so next topic. Perfect segue to get off that because we're running out of time and we've got 2 more things to discuss. This discussion just doesn't seem to stop. It just seems to keep coming up again and again and again and again and again. Tua Tagovailoa calling out Tyreek. Every time I turn around, it's some podcast. It's some a dude on NFL Network at a table sitting there, and they're talking about Tua. And when they speak about Tua, they talk about him calling out Tyreek. Now, some people are defending Tyreek. I've kind of defended it a little bit because I understand where he's coming from, but I can't defend quitting. I can't ever defend quitting. I would rather him tell y'all, I'd rather him call motherfuck all them and call all them that are losers and try to fight everybody before I'm going to take my ball and go home. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't like. Frustration, but I also remember it very clearly. Okay. He's played injured all year. They're in a game with no chance to win. Their quarterback didn't play because he didn't feel like it, or they were playing it safe the last 2 weeks. That's what they said. They were playing it safe with Tua. They didn't want to call it a concussion. It was his hip. We don't even know. It was the most freaking whitewashed friggin' IR announcement with Tua those last 2 weeks. And then they go, oh man, if we would have won that last game that Tyreek Hill quit on, we would have went to the playoffs and Tua would have been back. I don't forget. And also, when Tyreek Hill was answered that question, the reporter kind of berated him and tried to squeeze something out of him because he saw he came out of the game. And Tyreek Hill finally was like, you know what? You're right. I quit on this team. I don't like who I'm becoming. I don't like the way this went. I didn't like none of this, and I don't want to be here for this bullshit. And since then, he has bared that cross. And that is what it is. I get it. And he should be held accountable. But is Tua calling Tyreek out? Is this a little bit of blowing out of proportion? Or
he's doing his best to do it.
Is it real though, Crypto? And is Tua doing something that no one is talking about? Think about what's happened with not just the offense but the team. What did we say this time last year that we've missed? We needed to have different. We needed leadership. I must have said this. You can go back and watch shows. I talked about this team doesn't have leaders. It doesn't have anyone that's going to hold people accountable,
right,
in the locker room. And this was before
they did last year. Like
this was even before Color
was like calling the guys out.
Well, there was a little bit of that, but this before, before we even heard about Tyreek Hill being late, being, not showing up. When we talked about accountability and that was the thing we needed, we thought, who's going to step up? Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy that says, this is my team, have the respect, hold people accountable? Is Tua stepping into that role now with this calling out of Tyreek? It's a fair question, because
I agree with CCRR. Leadership isn't airing your dirty laundry publicly and throwing a teammate under the bus.
Yes, I can agree with that.
Yeah,
but in some ways,
that's flaming. Yes,
it's a cheap way to demonstrate leadership.
It is a cheap way, and I'm not about it. But it ain't like it's not the way it ain't done now.
Well, I got
you know what I'm saying? I mean, remember, I can remember Tyreek Hill saying that, acting that way, and I can also remember Tyreek Hill talking on a freaking kick stream about wanting to beat up his coach, wanting to do, like, just mouthing off, saying things. I go back, we got the episodes, played it, listened to it, talked about it. I promise you, in the title it says Tyreek Hill did this. It's easy to find. There is a pendulum, a counterbalance, and accountability to that. And
it reminds me of, Cap. Let me give you an analogy so you understand how I perceive this whole Tua thing to be. This whole Tua flex, right? You've watched it. You've got a wife and kids.
Sure do.
You got a family. You watch family shows. I'm pretty sure you've watched plenty of American Idol back when it was in.
Never watched a single episode of American Idol in my entire life. I swear on everything. Never watched American Idol. Never watched this Masked Singer. Never watched
Cap,
America's
missing out on all the pop culture. Cap, you're missing out on all the pop culture.
I refuse to partake in that. Whatever the fuck y'all are doing. Whatever it is.
How would we gotta get you to binge watch. You gotta binge watch now, Cap.
Psychological. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
No. How would you even know it was not something you'd be into if you never saw one episode?
Because I don't listen. I'll be honest, right? I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
Me neither.
Okay, if the whole world is on it, if the whole world likes it,
I've seen one.
If I don't watch that stuff, I don't partake when it's like that. I see these things. I know what it is. I know a fucking psyop, CIA,
Okay,
fucking
well then forget
MK
you won't get the
Ultra,
analogy
fucking
then.
mind control
All right,
on your
so
ass.
Ali.
When I
On
see
Game
one,
of Thrones?
it
So
ain't
Ali,
hit
you've seen
me.
American Idol, right?
Have you ever
Ain't
watched
getting
Squid
me
Games?
American
Hold on a
Idol.
second.
Fuck
Now
up
hold
out
on.
of here.
Let me finish the
American
analogy real
Idol.
quick.
Get up out my face,
Okay,
son.
Cap, your manhood is intact. You don't have to
All right,
worry.
thanks.
Okay, let me get on to the analogy real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Ali and Crypto, who probably have seen American Idol, and the rest of the world. Okay,
wearing a dress.
What happens when you get a really bad singer auditioning is that they're like complete solipsists, and they live in their own little world where they think they actually sound good. And they'll sit there and argue with the judges. Like, you don't know what you're passing up on and this kind of shit. And everybody in the world is like, they can't sing a note. You know what I mean?
I would say 2/3 of those people that are, because I've seen the
like
clips
me right now with the leadership thing.
I get you.
I promise you,
I've seen the clips, Color.
You don't know what you're missing out on.
I've seen the clips, Color, and I would say to your point, 2/3 of those are paid actors. Paid actors, Color.
No, but I'm not. Yeah, but that's not the point I'm trying to make.
I'm saying, is this a paid actor?
Okay, they're. It's fake in the regard that the producers knew that the person had this personality, yes, and that they were not ever going to.
Oh no, they usher the crazies right to the front of the line. They're ushering the crazies like to the front of the line for TV.
That this person cannot hear their own voice and actually think they sound good, when everybody else is like, "No, you sound like shit. Sorry, just go do something else."
Oh, you're talking about the real cases where they're getting, patted on their butt, telling them that they're a big boy and that they're the most greatest singer that they ever heard.
The judges are sitting there like, you can't sing a note, and the person is like insulting them, like they don't know what they're listening to.
Oh, okay.
And you as an audience, you're like, no, they sound terrible. The judges are right.
Basically, what he's trying to say is the artist was in denial, and that because they're in denial, they think you're an idiot.
Color had to use this analogy for denial, but I don't see how the denial.
Here, I'll use a football analogy. We're telling the Tuaneers that there are flaws in Tua's game, and they're telling us that we're a bunch of idiots that don't know football.
Well, and the same note, it's more like Tua's out here saying, "Look at me, look what I'm doing. I'm a leader," and we're like, "No, you're not."
So Ali, Tua is the latest contestant on American Idol.
Well, now, okay, I would agree with
Tua
this.
The latest contestant.
I would see. Yeah, it's Tua the greatest, the next contestant on America's Got Talent or whatever. I would say this. I understand your point, Color, but here's and this is beautifully made because now the analogy has taken a full life form that I agree with what your synopsis is. That yes, up to this point, he's not a leader. But what leaders are potentially even left with the exodus of Jonnu Smith, the exodus of Calais Campbell, the exodus of Jalen Ramsey? I mean, who else did we miss? Who else is gone?
I mean,
that's pretty much it.
No. Teron Armstead.
Absence of another leader doesn't make the next guy a leader.
But listen, there's no leaders left. Okay, Teron Armstead not here. Jalen Ramsey gone. Jonnu Smith left. Calais Campbell gone. We know Tyreek Hill can't be the leader. He won't even show up on time. And at this point, with his living up to expectations and got to be a good soldier, he certainly can't be the rah leader speaking out in front. Jalen Waddle does not want that. Minkah Fitzpatrick, you just saw his interview. They're talking about Minkah Fitzpatrick leadership role. He's got his hand ready. That guy ain't trying to do that type of shit. All's you're left with is what? Zach Sealer, which you best respect him because I'm pretty sure he's gonna make it.
Zach Sealer, David Long, Alec Ingold.
Okay,
David Long. He's gone.
David Long is gone. So yeah, you could say Jordy Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks.
Yes, I would say Jordan Brooks, Zach Sealer, maybe.
Fitzpatrick?
No, he is not the raw guy. You just saw him in the interview. He is not.
I'm going to tell you right now. I think he leads a different way. Maybe not the way you want him to lead, but I bet he does.
What about number
Ali?
8?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to make this a semantics on what leadership looks like.
What about
I'm
number
talking
8?
about who?
Number 8. Did we lose number 8? Am I that far behind?
Where the fuck? Which one's number 8? You talking about? Who are you talking about? Color?
We don't got number 8 anymore.
No, we don't have number 8 now. Bradley Chubb, but here again, Bradley Chubb is
number 2, ain't he?
No, not Bradley Chubb. I'm saying Bradley Chubb's in a leadership role. Okay. Anyhow, Bradley Chubb, maybe Jalen Phillips, but the reality of any team is, number one, you want the quarterback to be the leader. Number two, there is 0 clear leaders on the offense.
You got to ask Chris
we just named all these defensive guys. Fine.
Right.
I'll agree with you.
Chris Greer gave you the names, Cap. He already gave you the names of the leaders.
What names?
Chris Greer.
Okay, what names did he give?
He's damn near everybody except Tua. He said Tyreek. Oh, no. He said, I know he didn't name the quarterback.
That is well, look, the leader is the coach. What can you say?
Okay. Offensively, there is no leaders. There has to be a leader. I mean, inherently, as the guy calling the plays, you got to be the leader. And at this point, is Tua
are we talking about like objective leader, or are we talking about like what a leader actually is?
I guess objectively, subjectively, objectively, what we want and what we would expect, while also coupled with what we've got to work with, literally is forcing and thrusting upon leadership for Tua. Is he going to actually live up to it, is my question. And is this Tua calling out Tyreek just the first step and really trying to do what needs to be done?
This is all stagecraft.
Again, the first step is going up on stage and singing in front of the judges. If you sound like a dying cow, you sound like a dying cow. There's nothing going to change that, bro.
Right, yeah,
but I'm just saying, Color.
It doesn't matter.
Right. You got to make it look good.
Believes they sound like, man.
But I'm just saying, Color. Is this the year that Tua actually sounds like he's taking singing lessons, saying the right things, gonna hold players accountable?
You're onto something. He is taking singing lessons. That's why he's out there speaking.
Hold on. If that auditioner went and created an LLC, incorporated themselves, and officially got a business license to be a professional singer, would that make them a singer?
No.
I'll tell you what. If people are hiring them for events like karaoke night and they're singing, you can say you're a professional.
And if everybody at that karaoke night was like, holy shit, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Is that a singer?
I mean, I guess eyes in the beholder.
Beyond objective title. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. There's nobody else, so it's got to be him. Yeah, that's like saying there was nobody else. There was nobody else but McClellan.
Damn, CCRR
fired his ass.
CCR goes, let's hope the singing lessons work out better than the karate lessons. Diabolical, dude. Diabolical. Diabolical. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
What about, and I know it's too soon because he's not out there practicing. I get it. You've already, ran down the parade with Darren Waller, but as a person and the way he speaks, do you think he could become a leader as part for the offense?
Tua?
No, Waller, Darren Waller.
I think they would like that because they love this whole Disney story with Darren Waller. To be honest,
fuck the Disney story. I'm talking about
just being real. I heard Mike McDaniel say He's an inspiration on his fucking journey story and all this other
He
bullshit.
says that about everybody. That's
I don't give a
about
fuck. The
everybody.
next, not fucking 2 hours later, the guy was on the pup.
Bro,
I know. You're talking about. You hear what Color's saying about the propaganda with Tua
Even
calling out
himself, he
Tyreek.
would say the
I'm
same
saying this. I ain't buying this Darren Waller propaganda.
No.
I'm putting my
not
foot in the
giving you
ground.
Waller
Darren
propaganda.
Waller. I'm saying it now. Darren
Well,
Waller
yeah, I agree
ain't
with you.
gonna
That
do
was all
shit.
propaganda.
Ain't gonna be shit. And we'll be
Okay,
lucky if he
that
does
is fine.
anything
That's
at all
not
ever
my
on the field.
question.
Much
That wasn't
less,
my question.
much less be a
He's
leader.
coming here to
Much less
retire,
be
Cap. I
fucking
got a news flash
anything.
for you.
You're not
I'm just
answering my
saying.
He's
question.
here to retire,
Okay.
just like
Well,
all the
what was
rest
the
of
question?
them.
I want to
Answer
hear
the
what
question,
Ali's
just you don't want to
actual
answer the
question is.
question.
I'll
Go
answer
ahead.
it. What is it?
I asked you specifically based on the way he speaks and the way he talked about the game and the way he addressed people in his press conference. Could you see him becoming a leader in the locker room? That was my question.
No.
Okay, why? And don't tell me it's about his whole Disney story because I don't want to hear about that.
I'm just gonna.
I wanna
I'm
talk
gonna go
about-
ahead.
I'm going to say I don't think Darren Waller plays 25 snaps in 2025. Done.
And I'm
That's
I'm
why.
just going
He
to echo
ain't leading
Nene's answer.
shit.
If a man comes out of retirement to be the leader, we're in trouble.
We're in deep shit. If we're out here preaching Darren Waller, listen, lightning in the bottle. He comes out. This is Pro Bowl Wally back out here. We ain't that fucking lucky, number one. We ain't. Number two, the Dolphins don't believe it. They're asking Noah Fant to come here.
He's never even been
In a
that guy
unit,
on
in a
any team.
unit that to me is third.
Yeah, why are you
on
asking
what's
for
most
no
important?
That is a good point there.
Third to
If
what's most
Waller wasn't here
important.
to retire, then no offense will be a question, right?
Again,
You're right.
Number one, the cornerback room. Number two, the offensive line. Then number three, maybe tight ends. Maybe. If tight ends what's going to push us over the threshold, it would have pushed us over last year when we had a really good tight end. And it didn't. I don't give a fuck about that. That guy ain't leading shit. He ain't leading nothing. I'll be surprised again if he actually plays football for the Dolphins. I'm going to be surprised. And now, I'm not saying dress down. I'm not saying not make the 53. I'm saying, can he do anything more than what OBJ did for us last year? I say no.
He's going to do the same thing.
I am putting the flag in the ground. It will be OBJ and that's it. It will be Odell Beckham Jr. That's all he'll be. The best case scenario for Darren Waller is that he distracts some defender in the formation to let somebody come open underneath or up top. That's it. That's the only use we could hope for the guy. And that's just what I believe. And now people want to be high and do this stuff, but I'm saying the guy is a bust.
You're right.
I just
Off
think.
rip. Will I be wrong?
I just think that.
Well, listen. I want to move to. Go.
Okay. All right. No worries. No, you want to change? No problem.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm gonna change the subject. But go ahead and finish the thought.
I was just. I understand you're saying it's, but based on the amount of snaps you think he's going to play and whatnot. For me, leadership doesn't just come from players that play every down, right? It also comes from people that are, part of the rooms. For example, like I was saying, like these corners that we have and the youth that we have, I was saying that they're looking for someone that's been in this league for several years, not necessarily to play every snap, but to be in the room to help lead the room. That's why
I would just say to that, Ali, that I personally, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, I have never witnessed that out of Darren Waller in his career.
Listen, I got to be honest, and I get
what
what you're saying.
Giants? What did he do with the Giants?
Again, I'm gonna be extremely clear. Leadership that we need isn't a guy who's coming in and being chummy and leading. We need accountability leadership like we have on regular teams. And it's going to come from a vet, a guy who's been around the block, who no one's going to say anything other than yes, sir, to him. Now, I don't think Tua's that, but he's all we got on offense right now to hopefully do something. Maybe somebody starts calling this motherfucker sir. All right, off to the next one. We got, I don't know, about 15 minutes for this subject. I tried to keep more than I wanted to just talk to Tua. We kept going back to the Darren Waller, the Noah Fant nonsense. Those last two subjects got intertwined. We might have to open up that can of worms on another show. Maybe tomorrow we'll have to get more into it because we are going to get into this last subject. And it's one that really had some stuff talked about today. Christian Weirdo Wilkins is what we're getting on. We're got to talk about this. This is crazy. As you guys know, a couple days ago, the Raiders announced that they are cutting Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
And initial reports come out that he didn't handle his rehab for his foot injury the way in which they felt was like he broke. It was contractually, they didn't do it, and now he's not going to be ready for football. And tough luck, tough titty. And that was the initial come out on it. And there was this little bit of right afterwards, there was a video that came immediately afterwards where Christian Wilkins is dancing like a fucking dummy in the weight room. Like he's a dancer, whatever. And they're like, oh, it's sad they let him go. And the narrative, the pushback narrative that immediately came out afterwards was that he was healthy. The team isn't really telling the truth. Meanwhile, when I seen him in the video, he's dancing in Crocs in the weight room. And it's not like he wasn't putting no friggin' weight on that foot. But this was the counter narrative. As soon as that counter narrative video surfaced, a tidbit came out. A tidbit from close teams, sources to the team that says Christian Wilkins didn't just get because of the foot, but there was also something that happened. And what I'm being told is that it was really weird, really weird. There was some pushback. People are scratching their noodle the last day or so. What does the really weird mean? And I'll tell you what really weird means. Because it came out today exactly what Christian Wilkins was doing. Now, before we get on to this, Christian Wilkins has a reputation that precedes him. One in which we know he's stuck his hand in orifices that don't belong to him on the football field. He's also been known to do a little grabby poo. He ain't just looking for footballs out there on the field, is what I'm saying. And I've got a little bit of a video here of some of his, what should I say, highlights, lowlights.
He's out there playing catch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's using a different type of. He's looking for somebody's.
We'll call this one low lights and bro lights.
Yeah, we'll call this the weirdo lights. Let's just look in real quick. I'm gonna take this down so you can see in real well. God, I hope they don't fucking Nicki Minaj hit me on that fucking 2-second audio that came through. Did you guys hear that when it came on?
No, we didn't hear nothing.
Thank God.
None.
All right, good.
I didn't know you listened to Mickey Minaj.
It's not. It's on this fucking video. I don't listen to that shit. All right, let's watch in here now. Right there, Christian Wilkins late to the party on this sack against Ohio. Ali, you must know this well. Comes in. There he is. Immediately sprints in from over here. He's the man standing up. Tucks in, up, right in the booty hole. There he is.
He's
right
trying
there.
to figure out if that's a chocolate starfish or not.
That's definitely a chocolate starfish.
Tail pad is this?
Yeah. I mean,
oh my
right
God,
away.
man.
Right away.
He's checking his oil.
He thinks he's Andre the Giant out there checking holes.
Checking his oil.
He's giving an oil check. There he is. God. Gets in there, acts like nothing happened. Look at this. I mean, bro, this is a full. Like if you could really look at his hand, I know it's a little granulated.
Does he curl his fingers at the end?
He curled his fingers to get up in there, and he get a little.
Sure the jock strap was on. That's what it looked like, bro.
Bro, listen. He tried to crowfoot him. Tried to do the little flickety, little.
He was, bro. He's just checking him for prostate cancer.
He was strumming. Oh wait, my fault. He was listen.
Oh.
That's
homie
his
was
favorite
strumming the bass, dog.
from football is checking for prostate cancer afterwards.
Hey, listen, homie was strumming the bass. He was trying to strum the bass. Telling you. He was strumming the bass. So he was strumming.
He's gonna let you know why they call him Christian Two Fingers Wilkins.
Christian Bass's Fingers Wilkins.
Wow.
All right, let's see, because again, I'm gonna the video, but this is just look. Look, it's a
right here. Look, finger curl right there. Look at that.
I mean, buddy, he's
He
straight
gave an
peeking
extra
in
grab,
there.
bro. He gave an
Not only-
extra.
He's looking for a turtle head.
Looks like the exam went all right.
It's
that's
oh
closer
wait,
to taint, Tonk. That's not even in the
Taint,
butthole.
no,
That's
he trying to
closer
find-
He's making sure he had his fucking cup on.
Bro, look at
he
number
went-
74.
yes,
Number
yes,
74 is like looking down at them like, what the fuck is going on? And
This
then
guy
number-
never played football again. Number 74 never played football again
and
after this game.
the guy that's at Wilkins' feet, that's on his knees, he's looking straight at it. Is anything there? I mean, look at that. He's like has a front view of this shit.
Clemson giving a medical examination to the
He might be
Ohio
the
player. Right?
whistleblower, Ollie.
Look right here. I mean, dude, it's I got full
He
ass.
double grabbed.
Yes, I got full ass cheek, but no, I'm going in. I gotta check the front side. Look, and get in there, dude. And now look. Okay, hold on. Here's a little bit more of his.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I gotta say, and listen, I talked about this when we were playing. They were like, the guy's athletic, he can do a standing backflip, all this stuff. I said, yeah, he's super athletic. I said, I could do without the fucking splits, though, is
but
what I
wouldn't
said.
What do you think the
Yeah,
impact?
dude shouldn't be doing that shit.
Listen, I'm sorry, but there's only one other athlete I've seen that will go like something like this on video and pop it. That's a pop it, okay? And the only other athlete I've seen throw it back like that before is OBJ. I mean, look at that. Tell me that ain't a pop it. Tell me that ain't a pop it, buddy. No man bounces. No man bounces like this.
He said,
There's a
check
reason
this
we
one.
wouldn't bounce like that.
Look at this.
It was it his momentum cap that sprang him back? Was it like
He said, "Hey, sugar daddy."
As to why he didn't feel no pain from the impact.
Hey, sugar daddy.
That's a guy who's done this.
How the hell you do a split? Well, remember when he picked up Roger Goodell, right?
Right. No, that was Stephen Ross. Remember?
No, he did it to Roger Goodell on draft night.
Oh, did he?
Draft night.
Yeah.
Draft night.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So
He
again,
Iceman Stephen Ross. That's what he
listen,
did.
Iceman nothing. I'm
They
not
said,
into
"Look,
this.
So what happened was the Raiders said, all right, we need to address all this oil checking going on around here."
Well, let's see what else is going on here, because that ain't the only. Oh, what's this? What's going on
I
here?
don't know, but Josh Allen
Look.
took a little.
Okay.
Took a
Ooh,
little
does
part.
Josh Allen play the shocker?
That wasn't no flop by Josh Allen either.
No,
Watch his
Josh
reaction.
Allen jumps up,
Oh, that
looks
was
between.
He's like, what
Josh
the fuck?
Allen sits up, looks between his legs, like, what the flip is going on?
He's like, what the hell?
And
He's
look,
checking out my junk, my genitalia.
look, he had his shirt up. Josh Allen had to
And
pull
he
his
went
shirt
right
up.
to the
I mean,
referee. He went right to the referee.
he's like, dude, that guy just sexually assaulted me.
Yeah, dude.
That's sexual assault.
He just
It
grabbed my
is.
trunk.
He probably said to the ref, "You gonna throw a flag for that?"
Sexual assault.
Bro, I'm
It
sorry.
is sexual assault.
That video you found?
That's how he getting arrested.
Holy
Again,
shit.
again, Ali, this I'm good at this game, buddy. I know how to find. I've got stuff that I've been holding on to for a while.
You got a lot.
And,
You got a lot of grab ass. You
Good
been
to see
holding
that
on.
Josh
I
Allen,
listen.
man.
I keep
Grab
all
ass
receipts.
file.
I keep all receipts around here, as well as
Christian Wilkins, man.
people are more than happy to be like, El Capitan, do you have this? And I'm like, no, but thank you so much. I've got people moving out in these streets that are here for the Thins Tailgate, and we appreciate all the real contributors. in chat, hitting the like button, subscribers, everybody across the board. So again, this latest thing that's come out, because we got 5 minutes to wrap this up.
Okay.
We got 5 minutes, people.
Keep going.
The truth of what the matter was on getting let go, because they said the weird stuff. The weird stuff was a player took real offense, had real contention with the fact that Christian Wilkins kissed him on his head.
Oh. I mean, you
First
can't.
of all, you can't kiss somebody on their head without little boying them right away.
Yeah, that's a very personal thing to do.
No different than
and
spitting
like,
on somebody.
dude, I've known you my whole life. I
You
would
said
never
he
kiss
kissed
you
him
on
in the
forehead.
forehead.
Thank you, Miss Vince. Kissing
no
him. Listen, it says kissing on the top of the head. That means here to here. Anywhere. If a man kisses you. Now, okay. If you're out drinking with your buddies. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm saying, like, if this is like a close friend and it's something like that, a relative, fine, kiss him on the top of the head. Maybe I don't listen. My son's 12 years old. He ain't getting kissed on the forehead no more. Okay, that's kind of my point. You can't kiss a grown man on top of his head.
No,
in this without either
what about the Italian mob kisses you?
Hold on.
What happens if the Italian mafia kisses you?
What the fuck did you say, Crypto? I can't hear your job.
Mafia kissing.
The Italian mob, they kiss people all the time.
That's different. No.
Yeah, that's different.
The kissing on the cheeks is a thing.
They do the forehead. They do the forehead sometimes. Sometimes they grab you by the cheeks and kiss your forehead. I've seen that.
See, here's the thing, Cap.
Did he make eye contact?
No, you can't make eye contact by the location of these things. But it can be sexual, but it is always
emasculating.
Emasculating. Thank you, Color.
What could be the kiss of death for the Italian mob?
I can understand if he did this after winning, like,
but we're not talking about the Italian mob. We're talking about football. Right?
You've seen.
I know, but it's still. He said anytime ever. I'm giving examples.
All right.
Let's actually. What I was trying to say.
I'm not worried about Italian fucking examples. Let's go ahead. What do we say?
As an athlete, I can understand if he did it after they won a championship or a Super Bowl, because I've seen athletes do that. They grab the guy.
That's like the one time. That's like the one time.
Yes.
That's okay. Mutually agreed upon.
What the hell did? Why did?
What?
That's not agreed upon. That's spontaneous.
Christian Wilkins played 5 games for the Raiders in total. Okay. There was zero jubilation in those 5 games.
Yeah,
that
so he
warrant
should be
a man
kissing
kissing
nobody.
another man. If you're popping bottles and the confetti's dropping and you're with the guys that you just won war with, that's a little different.
Yeah,
that's a little different.
Because he might be he might be your younger homie or something like that. You might be a couple years younger or something like that. But
like a mentor protege relationship. Right. But I just want to take that real quick.
Yeah, that's what I say. That happens in those
If the intention was to emasculate the other player, then that is no different than spitting in somebody's face.
Well, that was my point. This was either in a sexual manner, which is, or it is in an emasculation manner, which
then he needs to file a claim.
But I mean, yeah, but it's just such a weird thing. Now, here's something. We know Christian Wilkins is a bit of a, flamboyant and boisterous and loud and active kind of guy. Maybe just a little beyond his character for what they like in the locker room. Are they blowing this out of proportion because they don't want to pay him?
No,
that's the real question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Again,
is this just a way in which for them to curve all of the money that they were owing on Christian Weirdo Wilkins? That is a question that we will have to really get into, because more details are coming out, and I appreciate everybody coming by.
Be the first
We've run out of time.
Organization to use things out of context to smear somebody. That's for sure.
It wouldn't be the first time that the Raiders find themselves in a very they hire John Gruden and all of a sudden they've got these files on him to screw him out of the money. It'll be this. They got a built-in good story that's saving them money and getting rid of somebody that's a no-no in the locker room. Imagine that. Are the Raiders up to old
Well,
tricks?
then that's their.
I don't know.
I mean, well, then they hopefully they'll learn this time to stop doing that shit.
Stop doing what? Hiring people with checkered past that they can then blackmail when they don't like the production that they're giving them?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's their modus
You even
operendi
said
at
it.
this
You
point.
Yeah, that's probably sound
you
like
even
business
said
as
it.
usual for them.
Well, I'll say
That's
this:
a
we're
part
gonna
of
have
the
to get
business
more on
model.
it next time. I'm gonna say we're gonna have to get more on it next time because we have run out of time. Appreciate everybody coming through. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys next time.